So tonight was kind of a bust. Last night was kind of, I don't even know what night it is.
The world of sound.
I don't remember. So, let's get this thing outside and get it started.
And now we have this triangle, a square. A square.
Now leave me alone, buddy. I'm making a video. Alright. So I got an e30, a 1991 318 IS. From the outside it looks good. And the inside's super clean. If you watch the last video, you can see that. But let me show you some things you might not have seen.
Garbage.
Alright, right? Am I right? Kinda rough. And it's running just a tad bit rough too. So today we're gonna fix that. The goal is to take it from sounding like that to making it smooth. Like a happy tiger. Does that make sense? Like a purring tiger, you know, he's like got a big old T-bone or something and he's like stoked T-bone. We're gonna make it sound like that. So let's do it. Alright, so today we're going to start off with changing the belts, spark plugs, and a new air filter. And if we can get all that done in time and still have some daylight, I'm going to change the oil. Alright? So I really don't have time to do a how to change your belts video. This is just, hey, I'm changing my belts to get this car running smooth kind of a video. So I apologize, I'm not going to record everything. You can see the sun's going down, so obviously I'm losing time. So let's get right to it. Alright, I don't even know what to tell you. So tonight was kind of a bust. Last night was kind of, I don't even know what night it is. That was kind of a bust because the auto parts store gave me the wrong belt. So I had to go back and get a new one. Let me tell you some things I've learned, folks. Changing the belts on this car isn't too hard, but it is good to get underneath and remove the plastic cover from the bottom. I'd show you, but I'm not gonna, because I put it back together already. Why didn't I shoot all this stuff tonight? I don't know. I just kind of needed all hands on deck. I was losing so much time that it didn't make sense for me to stop and just shoot this little stuff that was hard to see anyway. It'll get better when we get this thing back on the lift. So, anyway, if you're going to change the belts, take off the bottom cover, jack the car up, take off the bottom like skid plate cover thing. So much easier. For the alternator, there's an adjuster. For the power steering, there's an adjuster. And for the air conditioning, you gotta pull off this little like a tension pulley. Now, that one's a pain in the butt to put back on. Just make sure you have the hex screw almost completely removed. You can kind of get your finger in there and feel it. Anyway, push that up as much as you can, put the bolt in, tighten it up to pull that tension back down. You want to check your tension, make sure your belts are nice and tight. 11 inches or under, 1/4 inch tolerance on the play. Greater than 11 inches, you want about a 1/2 inch. I think the one from the alternator to the main pulley is about 12 inches. The rest of them are about are less. So use that as a guideline. Proper order for your belts. I'll put a link to that below too. Great article. Thank you people on the internet for publishing stuff. The other thing I learned, spark plugs are already gapped from the factory. If you buy the right ones. I bought the right ones. Just from like dirt bike days, you always had to gap your plugs, so I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what the right gap was. Learned that these Iridium good plugs I got are already gapped. Oil. I did a lot of research to find out what the right weight of oil was for this car. 15W50 is what I went with. 10W60 is also appropriate. I'll put a link in the description to a very helpful page if you're trying to figure out what weight of oil to put in your car, because there's a lot of garbage on the forums. Like, everyone's got an opinion and none of it's right. So take it from people who race cars and know what they're doing with cars. Link below. You know, I've always said that I don't know what I'm doing. So as I've been working on the e46 M3, even though I've only had it a few months, I was learning a lot. It was pretty intuitive for some reason. Maybe it's because it was new, a newer car. It's a 05. This is a 91 and it feels ancient by comparison. So I just feel like I'm starting over. I'm learning things just all over again. So that's kind of why this video is a bit shoddy, a bit crappy, a bit disappointing, a letdown, a bummer for me. I'm sorry. I really am. Have I told you the plans for the car yet? Plans are step one, phase one is just to get it running right. Just simple tune-up like I'm doing right now. Oil change, filter, spark plugs, belts, all that kind of stuff. Just get it running good. There's some stuff with the suspension and brakes I'm going to take care of too. Nothing special. Did I tell you the guy I bought it from gave me a box of parts? Nothing great. But some things just to, kind of get it back to stock. It's a lot of work if I'm going to change some of that stuff anyway, but I'm going to do it. Things like struts, brake pads, rotors, even the front A-arms. I'll check those out, see how crappy they are. Just a box of stuff. So, phase one, just sort of get all that, get it smooth, get it going, yeah, get it smooth. Phase two is really my phase one. Does that make any sense? So the first step, phase zero, the beginning, is tune up, get this thing running right, just get it smooth. Phase one, where the real work begins, is going to be the interior. I'm going to gut it. We're going to weld a roll cage in with some nice gussets, some dimpled gussets, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'll show you what those are, just to polish off the look, make it super clean, I hope. So get the car, roll cage, we're going to paint it. I have yet to decide if it's going to be painted like the inside of the car, the stock kind of Diamond Schwartz metallic, or if I'm going to go with the Battleship Gray. I think I'm going to go with the Battleship Gray because tests have shown it keeps temps cooler inside. So we're going to paint the car, then we're going to put some sick seat mounts in there, seats, harnesses, steering wheel, hub adapter, quick release. I'm going to make my own switch panel, and none of this is going to be eBay stuff. It's going to be really good quality things, good quality parts. So I'm excited to get into that and show you that. So phase one, safety, full interior. Phase two, win the lotto. No, I'm kidding. Phase two will be hopefully suspension, brakes, bushings, just kind of getting everything underneath the car up to snuff. Not just up to snuff, but race spec. And then tires and wheels, we'll figure all that out. I don't think I'm going to do a 5-lug swap on this thing. I really wanted to, but it's a lot of money to get the right parts. And I don't think it's necessary. Oh, I think the last thing I'll do is any engine stuff. No, I'm not doing an engine swap yet. Maybe one day. Again, just gotta win the lotto, get a big inheritance. So, no engine swap in my future. Again, unless I just get lots of money. It's not happening. I got lots of plans, and it's gonna be sick. We're gonna do it right. This car is gonna be just, built. I want something that is super competent on the track, whether I'm drifting it, just making videos and driving good. Precision driving. Driving kind of like a nut. No, I'm kidding. Mom, I got this. Precision driving. What got me into this whole thing, I think I've told you in vlog number 1, was being on set of commercials for some of these Pennzoil films. I just want to drive like that. I want to be the guy who drives wherever you need me to drive. Threading the needle. Drifting. Fast. Whatever. So, that's why I'm building this car. So I can learn all that stuff. Do I want to win races? It's not really the goal. I just want to be really good on track, and I want to be fast, but I want to be safe. So, after safety, brakes, suspension, tires and wheels, weight reduction, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. If you're a Gran Turismo fan, just keep reducing weight. Power to weight ratio. Whatever. I'm done talking. I've talked way too much. I'll probably only use a quarter of this. So, let's get this thing outside and get it started. So let's see if it made this car sound any better. Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds real nice. Cool. So, I'll let you in on a little secret. Last night when I finished, it was super late. I didn't feel like making a video, and I still had to change the spark plugs. But I got the oil change done. I took it for a ride around the neighborhood, and I may or may not have, how you say, did a little burnout, maybe a little 180 drift around the front of the neighborhood. If you thought you heard someone in the middle of the night, it wasn't me, I promise. Anyway, after that little maneuver, I heard a weird noise coming from the back passenger tire. So, I think I messed something up. So we're going to look into that now. But anyway, work on your own cars. I have been working so hard the last few days just getting to know this car, get in there, get the engine clean, and get my hands dirty, and fixing it, and repairing everything. It's been good. Got a lot to do. So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you soon.